Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted, absolutely thrilled to have the brand new, sparking, so shiny, he's so new, is Bryan Griffin, who's the new President CEO of Visit Florida. So welcome to London, Bryan.
Thanks, Graham. I'm glad to be here. Nice to meet you and speak with your audience.
Excellent. Bryan, lots and lots of chat about Florida and your appointment in the press and so on. And one of the things that came across was that there was the declaration of the Free State of Florida by your governor. What does that mean as far as visitors are concerned?
The Free State of Florida means that our residents have the opportunity to be able to live their lives freely and do so without a lot of regulatory burden or tax burden from the government, which is good. And that translates into them being able to be entrepreneurial, to start businesses, and to make new experiences and opportunities for our visitors. And of course, people who have that kind of freedom are generally happier people. So that translates in the way that our visitors are treated once they get here. Florida is a very hospitable state and with lots of experiences and opportunities all throughout the state. And I think both of those work really well together.
Do you think that Free State of Florida, you will be legislating to give tourism enterprises an extra boost to develop new attractions and new accommodation, etc.?
I don't know if it'll come through legislation because I think the tourism setup there works really well as it is. The state does make a good investment in tourism, which is important. It's important to our state leaders, and we very much appreciate their support. But we will continue that strong partnership. The state supports tourism and travel there because we know how important it is for all the great things that it allows, the privileges it allows our residents. And vice versa. It's important to have people come to Florida so that they can share and take back those experiences and have more people visit.
You must have been very pleased when you got the appointment. I mean, tourism is such an important sector of the economy for Florida.
Very much so. I was working in the governor's office beforehand in communications, but I was working alongside this industry. It was always very important to me, and as a lifelong Floridian, I know what tourism means to the state. So to be able to come over here now and work with such a great group of people and such an important mission for our state is something that I'm very honored to be able to do.
Excellent. Your predecessor, went to great lengths to make sure that Florida's welcome to virtually everybody, no matter what race, religion, sexual orientation, etc. they were. Is that still the case under your leadership?
Of course, Florida is very welcoming, and everybody is welcome here. We invite everybody to come experience Florida for yourself.
Good. Now, we've had a little drop in visitation, I think, to Florida in general. US Travel Association's research would suggest that part of the concern is personal safety when people come to the States. Do you think the tourism authorities in general should be doing more to perhaps get greater gun control than there's around at the moment?
Well, Florida's actually seen record-breaking tourism 2024. We had an all-time record. And then in Q2 of 2025, we broke our 2024 Q2 record. So Florida's doing very well. Nobody should have any concerns about safety when visiting Florida. In fact, Florida's currently experiencing a 50-year crime low. State leadership holds it in high regard that everybody is safe and that we have good public safety and order. This is the time to visit, this is the state to visit, and everyone can feel very, very secure.
So a loosening of gun controls, which I think has happened in the last 6 or 7 months, no one need have any concern about that?
No one need have any concern.
Okay, cool. Well, the new regime under you would probably want to be doing new things in terms of attracting visitors to Florida. Do you have any ideas yet what that might be, or have you got fixed ideas on what that might be?
Yeah, so we're going to be very innovative. First of all, I've come on to a group of people that have been innovative for a long time and have done some very good nation-leading attractive ideas and campaigns to get people here. Of course, we have our new fall campaign, which is Live More Florida Days, which is going to be great in terms of both showcasing different parts of Florida and also inviting our local partners to be a part of that campaign. We're going to do a big celebration next year of America's 250th. Our semi-quincentennial, which that did take me practice to be able to say that off the cuff like that. So we're going to have events and historical landmarks and sites around the state. We've got branding specific to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then we're going to continue to encourage people to develop new travel itineraries, to get off the beaten path, out of the gateways, and experience more of Florida. We're focused on dispersion. And in fact, this show that we're at here today, the Florida, UK, and Ireland Huddle, has been an opportunity for agents and tour operators to specialize in Florida in ways that they haven't been able to do before, with longer conversations with our local destination partners to develop new itineraries and offer new experiences to their clients.
Good. Well, you quite rightly identify it's 250 years since we got rid of you. There's also another big opportunity next year, which is FIFA World Cup, and you've got one of your gateway cities are hosting.
That's
do you
right,
think
Miami.
that? Yeah. Do you think that's an opportunity for the rest of Florida to benefit from that? And if so, are you doing anything specific to let people know that they could stay in other parts of Florida but still enjoy Miami games?
Yeah, we will be in the run-up, absolutely. And I think Miami is going to absolutely have the whole city just become part of this excitement leading up to it. All of Florida too, thanks to things like the Bright Line now, if you come over here and you don't have a car, you can take the train and get further into the state. You can get all the way over to Orlando, and that's going to be expanding soon. But it's also easy, and there'll be deals and promotions where you can get rental cars and go experience other parts of Florida while you're over here for the World Cup, or stay in other cities and then make it over there for the game.
Good. Sustainability, responsibility in travel and tourism, that's another big thing that Visit Florida been emphasizing. How do you think you productize that? How do you think you can use that in order to get more people to come to Florida?
Well, certainly I think that speaks to getting people into different parts of the state, right? Bringing more tourists into more areas and kind of leveling off where you have a lot of people going, so that you can have the ability for people to experience new things, but also to level out how many resources are being spent towards tourists in a particular area. But look, we are a state that welcomes tourists. It is our lifeblood. It is something that we're very used to. Like I say, the residents in Florida know and appreciate what tourism is, so they're constantly thinking about things like that and making new opportunities and finding new places to invite people to visit.
Good. Whilst Florida may be having record numbers, the USA as a general has without doubt dipped in the last 12 to 18 months. Global tourism is changing. You face a lot more competition than perhaps you did some years ago. If you look at the theme parks that are in Florida, they may be competition in the Middle East, for example. Do you think there's anything new or innovative that Florida, and indeed on a wider basis, that the USA can do?
The nice thing about Florida is we've always bringing new opportunities to the table, which is great, like the new theme park that opened in Orlando, but then also helping people to understand those opportunities that have always been there that I might not have heard about. That's why one of our themes at Visit Florida is the new and the known, where you can experience both things that you knew about and love and maybe come back to traditionally, but also find along the way some new things that have been there for a while. Any of our over 100 state parks, thousands of miles of hiking trails, and all of our great beaches on every coast. So that's important. We also, in terms of the rest of the world, Florida wants to make it a point to make sure that travelers know that when they come here, they can find value. And I think people have had a hard time in a difficult economy for the last few years. Global economy, we've seen a lot of inflation. So Florida business owners and providers are still making sure that you can come to the state, get value, find a deal, find a new experience, and not only get your money's worth, but get your time's worth.
Casting your mind forward, 2 years' time, what would be the ideal situation for you as the head of Visit Florida?
Obviously, hope to continue to be overseeing a successful organization that continues to grow close working relationships with all of our local destinations, that we have more people coming to Florida, experiencing more parts of Florida, that we've opened up new opportunities for people to make new traditions about it. It's fun and it's interesting here in the UK and Ireland. I hear from a lot of people about how coming to Florida is a bucket list item. It's something that they and their family do frequently. We'd like to make more traditions in more parts of the state where people now get to experience those things, but we have to educate them that they're available. And I would love to see more of Florida have more regular visitation.
Final question. In order to achieve that, what do you think your biggest challenges will be?
Making sure we get the message out there, educating our partners in the industry on being able to deliver those products. There's a hunger right now for original content, original tour itineraries, doing new things, seeing new sites. So as long as we're spending time like we are here at Florida, UK, and Ireland Huddle with agents and with tour operators, and bringing them together with our local partners, taking these deeper dives, spending longer amounts of time together, and staying focused on Florida, we're going to be able to accomplish that.
Good. Well, I wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much.